Hello, students of class 6. This is social science. I am Lily Case and I am your social science tutor. By now, you know me well. So, today we are going to begin another topic, that is chapter 2, Different Ways of Life, the Vedic Period and Chalcolithic Settlements. This lesson is in page number 13. In this chapter, I'm going to explain to you about the Aryans especially, and the Aryan civilization, the sources, the Aryan village culture, the Aryan society. So, talking about the Vedic period, this was all started by the Aryans, okay? So here, what you see here is a religious practice of the Aryans, and they have paved the way, all right? They have first started the Vedic civilizations, all right? Now, these Aryans, they are believed to have migrated from Central Asia or Iran around 1500 BC. The Indus Valley civilization has declined. That means it has come to an end when the Aryans came to India, and these Indo-Aryans were also formed during this time, and there was a special script known as the Vedic Sanskrit. With that, we are able to learn more about the Aryans. Okay, so first talking about where the Aryans has come from. It is believed that the Aryans have migrated, that means they have traveled from Central Asia or Iran, and they came to India from Punjab. Okay, so they first started their settlement in an Indian state known as Punjab, and after staying there for some time, their culture, okay, it spread to different parts of northern India. So during the first stage, when the Aryans came to India, the Indians also tried to stop them. The original inhabitants, the Indians who were living in Punjab that time, they tried to stop them, but they couldn't do that, and the Aryans succeeded, and then it's spread all over the northern part of India, and this area wherever the Aryans were staying, they have named it as the Indo-Aryan areas, okay? And it is believed that they existed during 1500 BC. Now these Indo-Aryans, when they stayed there, when they made many colonies, they also started speaking in their own languages known as the Indo-Aryan languages. Also in the Vedic scripts, that is Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, we will be talking about it later. We can get a lot of informations about the Aryan people, okay? So this Aryan civilization, here in this map you see the yellow color, right? These are the areas which were controlled by the Aryan people. So here you see Punjab, okay? So from Central Asia they came to Punjab, and later on they conquered, that means they captured all the northern parts of India, and which came under the control of this Aryan people, and this area was known as the Indo-Aryan areas, okay? So they were very successful in capturing, and that is how their civilization spread in many parts of India, okay? Now, the most civilized and the cultured race in the world. So the Aryans are believed to be the most civilized and also the most cultured race in the world. Also, their first settlement is in Punjab. So many remains were found in Punjab. Also in Maharashtra, Inam Gaon, okay, which I will explain to you later. In Inam Gaon also, many remains of these Aryan people were found, all right? So when they first came to India, they faced resistance from the original Indians. These original Indians were known as the Dasas and Dasyus. All right, D-A-S-A-S, Dasas, and D-A-S-Y-U-S, Dasyus. Also, the land where they have captured, also they were known as the Aryavarta. Aryavarta, which meant land of the Aryans. That means whichever land was Aryavarta belongs to the Aryan people. Okay, now we have two main sources that helped us to learn about the Aryan civilization. One is the literary source. Okay, so we have literary source, and the second one is archaeological evidences. So literary source means mainly the written records, like as you can see here, something that is inscripted on a stone, and then also the archaeological evidences, the remains that have been found from the different areas, that is from Punjab, also from Maharashtra. In page number 16, okay, in page number 16 there are some certain areas where the remains of this Aryan people were found. They were the literary source and the archaeological evidences. Let me read out some of them for you. In Rajasthan, a place known as Ahar, here the remains were found. Also in Maharashtra, I said Inamgaon, right? Then in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, then also in Uttar Pradesh and Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. So these were the states where the remains of the Aryan people were found, and because of this literary and archaeological evidences, we are able to learn that the Aryans have existed in the 5000 BC, okay, in the area during the phase of 1500 BC, okay. Now talking about the literary evidences, we have Vedas. So the Vedas are divided into four: Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajurva Veda, and Atharva Veda. And then also we have the Vedic age, which is divided into two. One is the early Vedic age, and the second one is the later Vedic age. Then also we found literary sources like Brahmanas, Aryankas, Upanishads, and this Ramayana and Mahabharata are the two greatest epics, okay. So from these literary sources we see that the Vedas, okay, it mostly contains some religious hymns, some songs, some verses that they have used for their religious purposes, maybe during certain ceremonies or maybe for praying they were using it. Also the Rig Veda, which is the oldest Veda, that also comes under the early Vedic period. All right, now talking about this Vedic age, I told you that it is divided into two. One is the early Vedic period and the other one is the later Vedic period. Talking about their age, the early Vedic period is believed to have existed from 1500 BC to 1000 BC, and the later Vedic period is believed to have existed from 1000 BC to 600 BC. Okay, now this early Vedic period we can mostly find that Rig Veda has existed. Rig Veda is a collection of poems, all right. It's a collection of poems, and the later Vedic period contains the remaining Vedas, that is the Sam Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda, all right. So in the early Vedic period, we didn't have many literary sources, but in the later Vedic period, there were three of them, all right. Now talking about this Ramayana and Mahabharata, it is said that they truly believe in these epic stories, and they also try to set examples, especially the gurus, all right, the teachers those days. They teach the younger ones about this Ramayana and Mahabharata. So those days there were four castes, okay, which again I will explain to you later. So there were Brahmin, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Where these Brahmins, they were considered as the priests, as the teachers. So they had very good knowledge about the Vedas, and they used to teach their students about these things. Okay. Now coming to archaeological evidences. What you see here are the remains, all right? Some of them are houses, some of them are toys, ornaments, or some carvings on the stones. So with the help of these archaeological sources, we are able to study about the Aryan civilization. All right. Now again, see, what do we learn from this? These things, that is, what do we learn from the literary and the archaeological evidences? We see that they have thrown a light on the art and craft of the Vedic period. So we come to know that the Vedic people, they were very interested in art, and during their times they also started designing the pots. So red color pots were also found, made of burnt mud, and then potteries were designed. Also we see some baskets which were from the Rig Vedic period. Also from their scripts we can see that the Vedas were very religious. They used to perform some religious rituals which they believed, and they also believed in certain gods, all right, and their gods used to have different purposes, all right. Some of the gods were for bird, some of the gods were fire, some of the gods refer to water, so on, all right. Okay, coming to the Aryan village culture. So the Aryan had a very different village culture. The first one, Grama, Kula, head of the family, huts, main crops, domestication, and the status of women. Now let me start with Grama. So for village, the Aryans have started settling in one place, and then they have also mentioned a village, all right. They have different villages, and those were known as the Grama. And for them, family was the most important unit. They really worshipped, they really honored their own family, known as the Kula. Okay, so remember, the villages of Aryans were known as Grama, and the villages of and the family, okay, the family of the Aryan people were known as the Kula. So in a Kula, in a family, the head of the family was always the male, okay. The oldest male member of the family was the head of the Kula. So when he is head, whenever there is any decisions that are to be made by the families, then they always take the advice of the oldest male member, all right. So they also had women and older women, but they believe that the oldest male member can make better decisions. Now coming to their huts. So what we saw from the evidences was that the Aryan people, their houses were made of mud, and it was usually of rectangular shape. That was, it was longer, okay, the body was longer. However, in the later part, they also made some circular huts, okay. So both circular huts and rectangular huts were found. So from there we come to know that the Aryans had a very special way of making their huts, some in the form of round, some was longer, okay. Now the main crops for them was rice, wheat, barley, Also, they were domesticating animals, so they had a lot of milk products and they depend on butter, ghee, and so on. And talking about the status of women. Status of women means in a society where was the women in the society. So for them, they had respect for the women, and women can get education. Women can also remarry in case her husband dies, and women also can take part in decision making. So when we talk about the status of women in the Aryan culture, we can understand that women also had an important role in a society. So, in Aryan society, I have explained to you earlier, they were divided into 4 classes, okay? So, they had 4 divisions known as the 4 Varnas. One was Brahmanas, second one Kshatriyas, third was Vaishyas, and the fourth one was Shudras. So the Brahmanas were the priests. They used to perform all the religious rituals in their temples, and they had the highest respect in the society. They were really looked up by the rest of the caste people. Also the Kshatriyas, that was the second one, they are the warriors. They also had huge respect in the society. Talking about the Vaishyas and the Shudras, the last two, they were ruled by the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas. So for them, they also had a job in a society, but they did not receive as greater respect as the Brahmanas and the Kshatriyas. Okay. So coming to the Aryan society. First, we have occupation, then food, dress, amusement, religion, and administration. So this part I'm going to explain in the next class, but let me first explain to you about occupation since I have told you about the Varnas, okay? So in Aryan society, they had divisions, right? So based on their divisions, their work was also distributed. Like for the Brahmanas, they had to mostly spend their time in temple, reading or teaching the students. For the Kshatriyas, since they were warriors and soldiers, they have to protect their society or they have to work for the leader, and the village depends on them also. They were very highly respected. Okay. Now Vaishyas were mostly engaged in trade. They were the merchants. They were also craftsmen. So they mostly make things for the entire society, whether it's a boat or ships, building big things like the ships, or making small things like pots and other utensils for the society. Now talking about the last one, the Shudras, they had the most pitiable life. That means their life was very they had to go through a lot of sufferings comparing to the other 3, because for them they have to do all the cleaning jobs in the society. So some of the people, especially the highest class like the Brahmanas, they don't like the Shudras because they think that they are dirty and they are unclean. So even in the society, the Shudras were not allowed to stay with the rest of the caste, but they were asked to stay separately. So these Shudras, they had to stay away from their colony. Okay. So this was the classification of occupation. So I told you these topics, the subtopics, I'm going to explain to you in the next class. So let's have some quick revision. Okay. So this lesson is about the Vedic period, right? So it all started from the Aryans. The Aryans are believed to have migrated, to have come from Central Asia or Iran during 1500 BC. And when they settled in India, their area expanded. First, it started from Punjab, and then it started and spread to all the northern parts of India. and then these areas were known as the Aryavarta. Also, they had their own language known as the Indo-Aryan languages. Okay, it was a different language, and most of the scripts that they used were in Sanskrit language, and they also had different varnas, that was different classes in a society. Then they also had two Vedic periods. One was the early Vedic period, which was from 1500 to 1000 BC, and the later Vedic period, which was from 1000 BC to 600 BC. Now, why there are two classifications is because during the early Vedic period, there was Rig Veda, and then in the later Vedic period, there was Samveda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. So that is why they are divided, okay? And then these Aryan people, they also domesticated animals, and they also had different culture. They also started up new rules, that was in a society, people had to do different works. Not everyone were involved for similar work, but different work was given for different people, okay? So the women of the Aryan culture, they also enjoyed their rights. That means in a society, they also got education. They could also remarry, which was not acceptable in many Indian cultures, okay? So even to this day, the Indians, they don't agree, they don't like it when women remarry, right? But in those days, it was many years ago, right? The Aryan culture has accepted women to remarry, okay? And then in the Aryan culture, we see that there were resources like literary resources and archaeological resources. Because of these evidences, means because of these things, we are able to study about the Aryan people, all right? And the Aryan people are also considered as the most advanced as compared to other cultures, and because of their intelligence, they were also able to conquer many parts of India, right? Earlier, the Aryans were a very small group of people, and they just came and settled in one small area of Punjab. But later on, because of their intelligence and because of their advanced skills, they were able to conquer. That means they were able to capture many parts of India, and these places came under the control of India, right? So for them, those Indians who were living in India, they have termed these people as the Dasas and the Dasyus, all right? So this is it about this chapter. Thank you very much, my dear students. In the second video, I'm going to explain the second part, that is the remaining portion of the chapter.